So let me take this opportunity to now invite Mr. Badal Malick, CEO of Catalyst, to give a short presentation and inform us about a new partnership in this space. Badal, would you like to speak from here?
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, good. I thought I'd make it a little more informal by standing in the middle. So first I want to thank the organizers, both the Better Than Cash Alliance as well as the Observer Research Foundation, for giving us this platform to introduce ourselves. Maybe I'll start with a little bit of about the genesis of Catalyst. In 2014, Prime Minister Modi and President Obama initiated a strategic dialogue between both countries to start thinking about solutions to solve financial inclusion. Subsequently, in November 2015, an MOU was signed between the Ministry of Finance and USAID to start working on interoperable digital payment instruments or models to drive transactions that involve small businesses and low-income consumers. So that's the genesis. Since we've embarked on a program of innovative and insightful experiments, and we've collected behavioral insights on how merchants as well as consumers pay or get paid or save or access credit, etc. And this is where now rubber hits the road, the way I see it. So Catalyst has been formed now to operationalize those learnings, and our premise here is that we see payments as a water balloon. Right? So you could think of it as the payments gubara, right? But if you squeeze it from one end, something else pops up, right? So fundamentally, we see this as an ecosystem that needs to be addressed as an ecosystem, right? And therefore, we intend to crack these coordination problems that have blocked digital money penetration by addressing geographic ecosystems and working with stakeholders in those ecosystems and core use cases in those ecosystems to actually push the needle. So the goal here is to really take an ecosystem and demonstrate something like a 10x increase in digital payments, and in the process build an actual replicable, sustainable, scalable template that then can be scaled across, right? So the way we are going to do this is really choose an ecosystem, right? That could be a small town, right, or a tier 2 city, let's say, for starters, and then form a laboratory, right, and work with a set of operational partners, right, as well as facilitate fast-paced experimentation, because I think, as the panel before me sort of said, there's still a lot that we don't know around the mechanics of change. So the objective here would be to work in a very startup kind of mode, bring partnerships, and leverage a lot of fast-paced experimentation to find what actually moves the needle, and also then institutionalize that and scale that template more broadly. And there are two types of experiments. So on one hand, we want to work on technology and business models that actually lower the cost to serve, help supply meet demand. Right? There's a demand piece as well in terms of literacy, in terms of interfaces, etc., that need to be made more accessible for particularly low-income groups. And then second, on the institutional side, to promote what is called evidence-based policy, right? Which we don't have enough of. But this laboratory could also help policymakers experiment, try things, tweak them, validate them, and then scale these policies. One other thing that is clear to us is that we can't do this alone. So we intend to work very closely with a set of strategic as well as operational partners, and so I mean, hopefully many of you in this room will be working with pretty closely, and I encourage you to come and talk to us and partner with us. There are quite a few Catalyst folks in the room. If I could just request them to raise their hands, you can go and talk to them and get more information in terms of what we're doing. We're also, we're setting up the plan, so it is an open invitation to come and help us actually design it, so that it, you have ownership in it as well. And then finally, I'd like to end by kind of making a pitch for this report that we just published with a partner, iSpirit. Sorry, I always get that wrong. Again, sponsored by USAID and managed by Dalberg. This is quite a groundbreaking study, I think. It actually proves that, at least technologically as well as in terms of business model, that a 5-minute loan approval process is possible, right? And this is just the start, obviously, of something that will hopefully we'll see a lot of action around in the weeks to come. I'd like to actually introduce, also just have Sanjay Jain and the iSpirit team. Okay. Yes. Okay. And you are on the next panel, so you'll hear more about this. And Varad from Dalberg is here as well. So thank you very much, and look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.